Well, hi YouTubers, hi. I'm back with the 40 years of Mills and Boon, and this is a first for me because can I just say right now, okay, that if you pretend to be someone else and then you sleep with someone, that's fraud and that's assault, and that's exactly what our lead heroine does to a king of all things. Right, okay, just making that clear right now, and that's not cool. Hey, it's the first time I've seen that in the Mills and Boon though so far, so hey, that's not what's original at least, okay. So let me talk about the book. Annie West, author, is a Mills and Boon modern and is titled His Majesty's Temporary Bride. Okay, here we go. As the illegitimate secret daughter of royalty, Cat Dubois has lived a far from luxurious life. After years of brilliance, she's set against a return to her childhood home, but her princess half-sister has mysteriously disappeared ahead of her engagement to the charismatic King Alexander. Cat agrees to stand in for her, but she doesn't agree to the electric attraction between her and Alex. Her mother had no idea who she really is, but when the insatiable desire threatens to strip away every boundary between them, Cat cannot hold back from the temptation of Alex's caresses. Okay, so Cat Dubois is a bodyguard. She's living in New York, and she's hardcore. Basically, she's an athlete, she's a celebrity bodyguard. She works very hard what she does, and she wants to. I love this. She wants to basically to create a safe haven where bullied children can go to a place, learn about their self-esteem, learn to fight, so they don't have to fight, basically to, you know, that kind of thing. And I was sort of thinking, really, oh, will someone please think of the children? And then she gets a knock on her door. Right, but it does, this bit here, but Kat's such a good person though, isn't it? This. Kat shook her head and heading to the gym. The outwardly dilapidated but excellent gym they used was around the corner. Wanted to check on the kids she'd been coaching after school. They were troubled teens like she'd been. They showed promise, and while she was between jobs, she enjoyed being with them. Right, so, yes, so that's what she does in her spare time, which I think is awesome. Loads of people do that in real life. So, people who volunteer their time to help underprivileged teens or children, I salute you, okay? I'm cynical, but sincerely, those who do it in real life, you have my absolute respect, okay? Right. And then the Prime Minister of St. Gallia contacts her because they need a body double for Princess Amelia. Right. It's not possible, not even for a very generous settlement, Monsieur Baref named the son that made her goggle. You can't be serious, shock stretched her voice. He's a mouth tightened completely, money's no object. Cat blinked. With that money she could achieve her dream. Bodyguard work had been good to her, but she couldn't do it forever. Already she wondered how long her knee would hold up long term. Last year she'd been injured saving Afra, a singer, from a car driven by a crazy stalker. It'd been a long stop to get back to something like her physical fitness. It's interesting because Kat's got no qualifications, no career path, just kind of surviving through her wits. And I like that about her character. I absolutely like that. But the thing is, this is pure Princess Diaries here. Okay? She has to be taught how to be a princess. Walk and talk and act and dance and that kind of thing. And even though she is identical to her half sister, the Princess Amelia, she knows nothing about being a princess. And I wish that the book had kind of focused on this. Okay, but it doesn't. It jumps straight to, well, actually, the bit about Cat being hired. Then chapter 1 is about Alex, okay? And the thing is about Alex is that he is not meant to be the prince in the first place. His father was the second in line. And then his father became king. He totally ruined the country, okay? And then Alex became king by accident, really. And so his country has a lot of money problems. And this bit here. No wonder everyone wanted Alex and Amelia. Sangala was wealthy and could help Vangaria, that's his country, even though he was hopeful his country was beginning to recover now. Yeah. So, marriage of convenience and marriage for money. Now, that's common anyway, okay? People do it to combine their personal fortunes. It's not uncommon as you think. So, But this is a book which, I'll be truly honest, it has issues, but it's not the problem with the book, it's what they didn't do with the book. That's my biggest issue with it. Now, one thing I liked is that it takes us time. Well, it takes us time. Well, it gives some time to explain the backstories of these people. Now, obviously, King Alexander should never become king to start with, but he is, which that actually happened throughout my own country's history. Queen Elizabeth II should not have been queen at all. Her father was second in line to the throne. Then he abdicated, and her father became king. She and well, unless at the time, unless her parents produced a male, she was going to be queen. Can you imagine that being 10 years old to find out that instead of being just a minor royal, you're going to be Queen of England? That was a shock for you. Right. I like the fact that it drops things about Princess Amelia, but it doesn't really go into detail, which I think is going to be carried on in another book in this series. I think it's part of the series. Okay. The nation was still mourning the death in an accident of Amelia's younger brother, King Michael, or Michael, and his wife. Kat had been stunned by the emptiness she felt after hearing the news. No, she never had an opportunity to know a half-brother, nor she ever anticipated ever meeting her half-siblings. She followed the news with a fascinated dread. Reading how, after the double funeral, Princess Amelia had cancelled her public appearances, spent time with her orphan nephew Sebastian, who was obviously next line to the phone, by virtue of, But it's interesting as well because Kat is an absolute double for the Princess Amelia. But I did like the fact that because of her eye colour, she tells everyone just call me Kat. Now I like that because in a way, not because it just was less confusion of the I'm gonna pretend to be someone else. Everyone just calls her Kat, and the claim is, okay. Your name. This is from Alex. After they meet, I would actually meet first because Kat and Alex actually save a bunch of children from drowning, and which comes as a little subplot later on, and I actually did like. Okay. Um, your name. It's a nickname because of your eyes. When she didn't immediately answer, he went on. I never seen eyes quite that colour. Cat's eyes. Cat's eyes. She never really thought of that. People told her she had beautiful eyes, but she'd never been convinced, probably because throughout her early years, they'd been the bane of her life. Her distinctive eye colour, always commented on. Royal St. Gallen it was called here because every member of the royal family for generations had inherited eyes of that colour, yet it was extraordinarily rare in the rest of the population. I like the fact again, but never really talks about what colour these eyes are. And I absolutely love that. So, after saving his children, Kat, while she's pretending to be Princess Amelia, and King Alexander meet, and there's flirtations, and they start to enjoy each other's company. And one thing I did like is the fact is that Kat is pretending to be a princess, but she's not. There's a nice bit where she's running because she's an athlete, she's a bodyguard, and Alex starts running with her, but obviously he is not as athletic overall as she is. And he's out of breath while she's not even breaking a sweat because she has to do it every day because of her job. And he's shocked by this because he's like, well, hold on, you're a princess. So he starts to question everything about her, what he thinks of Amelia and what he meets when he meets Kat. And it's quite nice in a way that these characters can actually have quite honest conversations once they stop pretending in a way. And actually, in fact, there was a real connection. And then they have sex. Now, I will give Annie Walker some respect about this. She has a very good handle on the sex scenes in these novels. In this novel, it was very, very good. The way she described it, it was passionate, it was intense, and no, I generally enjoyed those scenes. And then Alice is essentially, we can't do this. I don't want to get married. Um, and Kat agrees because, well, obviously she's pretending to be this princess. And just the wording of this, okay? Because neither are married, both are single, one pretending, okay? Right. You said a solution, anything to resolve this diabolical situation would be a godsend. She realised she was an overhead pretend to be Amelia even before Alex arrived, but now she didn't have a clue how to go on. It's simple, his smile was slow and bone melting. We have an affair. Sorry? You heard me. There's a reason we can't be lovers. I'll be gone next week as soon as the festivities are over, and I won't return. It's like we see each other, except at maybe just a future events, someone else's royal wedding or coronation. In the meantime, why don't we enjoy ourselves? I kind of like to say that Alex is kind of like, well, hey, you don't want to get married, I want to get married. Let's just have fun, okay? Let's just have fun with this. Because I like the fact he's direct, okay? But the fact that just having a film, like, you're not seeing anyone else apart from each other right now, okay? But, hey, have an affair. And then, okay, because the thing is, just in my titanium filled leg, is this. Now, since they have sex, he thinks she's Amelia. She's lied to him. Yeah, that's fraud and that's actually sexual assault as well. So, this is the first Mills Boon novel I've read so far where the heroine rapes the hero. Hey, Alex finds out about this, and not through the fact that Kat told him. Is the fact is when Kat says I'm allergic to shellfish, and then he sees a picture of Amelia eating one, realising that no, they're not the same person, and he's pissed. And I like his reaction. I absolutely adore his reaction because it comes quite late in the book. It's literally halfway through the thing, okay? And Kat is such a hypocrite here, okay? Right, right. What if I told you it wasn't royal, you wouldn't have kissed me? Is that it? Kat couldn't rein in her anger anymore. She spent half her lifetime weathering a hurt inflicted by others. She learned not to show pain, but this was a raw, bleeding wound. She'd actually believed that there was something special between her and Alex, despite coming from different worlds. They actually was attracted to her, Kat, the real woman, not the person she played. Because a prince could possibly be attracted to a commoner, could he? That's got nothing to do with it. Fire blazed in his expression, and Kat was almost grateful. Facing that cold, condemned stare took more bravery than she expected. Everything to do with it. You never have. Skating off thin ice, Mr. Bois. Then pretend to know me based on a few hours of sex. You done nothing but lie since I got here. And he's so right, because end of the day, Kat the bodyguard raped the king. Yeah? Oh yeah. She raped the king. But there's other subplots coming in as well, that the boys that they rescue at the start of the book, turns out they're from basically a camp and they can't swim, and Kat starts teaching them self-defense, and Alex kind of helps her, and they do go to a connection. But the thing is that really kind of, and yes, you know, okay, there's a bit of a misunderstanding. Amelia comes back in, but Kat does the final, pretending to be, you know, her one more time. Kat and Alex waltz, because, obviously, and they get together at the end. Of course they get together, but the thing is about this book, though, that really kind of struck me, is not just the concept of this book, because I give it some respect, even though the content was a bit dubious at times, because after what Kat did, I do find inexcusable in fiction. I just sat there reading this thinking, if you take away the sex scenes, expand it a lot more, like sell it at Christmas time, have someone attacking Alex or someone in the royal household, and Kat kicking ass because she is a bodyguard, okay? A montage of the I'm going to turn you into a princess. You've got a Hallmark film. You've got a Hallmark book. Hallmark would be all over this. I said they're thinking, if you twerk this around a lot more, this would make a cracking Hallmark book or film. And I would actually watch that because Christmas in July, okay? Don't judge me. So, I like this book for some parts of it. What Kat did, I can't forgive. But at the same time, I wished that a few twerks and expanded a lot more. And you got a perfect Hallmark book / film. So, His Majesty's Temporary Bride by Annie West. Oh, and in the end, Kat obviously meets her sister. Her parentage is revealed, and everyone's fine with it. And she actually does become a legitimate princess because she marries a king. So, she becomes a queen. So, I'm signing off here. Annie West. Not bad. So, everyone, 40 years of Mills and Boo. Sign off. And bye now.